started.
Like, that's cool. It's a good intro.
It's a good intro.
Yeah,
Get those fries, son.
That's a golden shower.
That's the golden shower you want to have.
a starting shower.
I thought you guys would enjoy that.
Oh, Ricky just downing a bag of fries from Mickey D's. Nice one, bro. Oh, we're already recording.
So we can get
We're waiting
going
for you to do the
want.
introduction. This is going to be a part of the video, bro.
Yeah, it is.
3,
Listen.
2, 1.
He operates on his own schedule.
He's like, fuck y'all. Y'all don't give me a chance to eat.
Okay. Also, why did they give me so many of these? Look,
Ooh.
I got the honey mustard.
Wow.
Yeah. They ate sweet and sour?
Nobody
hot
got to pay
mustard.
for those.
Yeah. Damn, I want some nuggets.
The sweet and sour.
You got fun? I'm gonna get two.
And the spicy buffalo. What happens when you send your...
point?
That's what happens when you send your
Yep.
white wife to
They
fucking
didn't-
McDonald's for you.
Pregnant white wife, might I add. So
Exactly. They probably gave her everything they thought she wanted it.
Like, what
They didn't give you no Szechuan
combination
sauce,
she's
huh?
craving?
All right.
Szechuan sauce and sweet and sour sounds like a good one.
I heard they were bringing that back.
It is in certain stores.
No, I meant nation.
I hope they bring that back. You know where that originally comes from?
Yeah, the Mulan fucking.
I know, but you know where that comes
promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember. I fucking.
Yep.
Original release.
I remember
the
that
Mulan
sauce
movie
when I was a
in
kid.
the 90s.
Yeah, everybody was trying to fucking murder people just to get that sauce.
I still will.
I put that shit on my cheeseburger.
Oh, fuck you, just to get that
Imagine that
sauce.
on one of the chickens. Imagine that on one of the chicken sandwiches. Damn.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Inner Monolog, everybody. Here we go. I'm about to freeball this shit because I'll be honest with you guys. Even though I have my usual suspects, I have been very caught up with my own shit and have not been keeping up with you guys, and I do apologize.
we
for
missed
that.
you,
How
man.
guys doing?
2 episodes in a row without you. Glad you're back.
Right.
Yeah.
Back right on time to host this shit.
Landed
I
on a
guess.
good week.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm happy to be back. I'm sorry that I missed so much time. I do want to take this time to say
Thank you.
congratulations, Jose. Your first
I'm
press
excited.
pass.
Boy.
Sounds fucking
Big
amazing.
accomplishment, bro.
That's great. Julio, thank you for coming along with me on that
Dude.
safari
so much
ride.
fun.
That show's fun. And Marcus, thank you for just
In
being
America.
black, bro. Really appreciate that.
Wow, that was a shitty thing to say.
No, honestly though, I do. Although you are really far away, I do thank you for communicating as much as you do. You honestly have no obligation to tell us what your plans are for the future or anything like that until they're actually set in motion. But yet you do. You know what I mean? So I do appreciate that because it does mean that, like, if we were to give you feedback, you validate that. Speaking of validation, why don't we talk about whether or not we do validate this concept that even though you lost your fight, you still should be honored for the fact that you even took a swing at it.
No, he's right.
That's right.
He's right. Because how many other people are doing what this man does?
So let's talk about it, man. So we dropped our prediction video last week, and 789 people heard us get it all wrong. So Canelo did not win the fight. He ended up getting outboxed
As of right now.
by Dmitry Bivol,
Ooh,
and
damn,
it was
that's one hell of a jab.
a pretty
More
one-sided
than my
affair.
dad's parenting skills.
You know, I gave Canelo 4 rounds. I was really looking for rounds to give to Canelo. Most people probably gave him 3 rounds overall. So he's got his second official loss on his record. And now the question is, did Canelo's ambitions get the best of him? Like, did he get too big-headed striving for greatness?
I think
and
so.
how does this loss impact your view on Canelo as a pound for pound great?
I feel like he was going to keep going until he hit that wall. And Bivol just so happened to be that wall.
I think he's still got a lot of fight in him and a lot of good fights to come. But this might be a little like chin checked, and hey, don't be unhumble in the future, because you never know when the moment's going to come where you lose one.
Oh, just like Mike Jackson said, everybody just got a plan till you get punched in the mouth.
Yep.
Yeah, and the thing about Canelo, his last 3 fights all in a knockout. Saunders, Yildirim, and Plant, all knockout. And I think he got a little too power happy. He got in love with his power, and in this this Bivol fight, he abandoned the jab. From the very beginning, he was trying to exert, with his power punches, uppercuts, overhand rights.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of hard to do with a guy with good footwork.
And he was never really able to get inside without slipping punches, because he was trying to get inside, but eating that jab from Bivol, and he was getting marked up by that jab. Never really got it going. His output was his career low. So before, against Mayweather, back in 2013, when he lost that fight, he had landed 112 punches over 12 rounds. Against Bivol, he only landed 84 punches across those 12 rounds.
Damn.
So he landed even less than he did on Mayweather. So big props to Bivol, because he was confident in his skill, and he said it since the very beginning, like, Canelo's human, and I feel I got the skills to give him a second loss, and he stuck to his game plan, did not let the crowd impact his style at all, and got that W over Canelo. So
not to mention he was fighting in his element,
right? Las Vegas,
he was comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So
he was quite cozy.
As Julio said, I think this is more of a reality check for Canelo. He was talking about going all the way up to heavyweight. He's only.
I don't think Canelo's a good fighter, but I don't see heavyweight in him, dude. He doesn't. He doesn't have the. He needs a little more height, a lot more muscle mass. Heavyweight is not in his realm.
And speed is going to be your enemy.
Yeah. It's one thing sparring a heavyweight, but fighting a pro heavyweight.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could definitely tip my hat to him for even attempting it. There's very few fighters that will attempt it, but I will say, like you guys said, after like 3 or 4 rounds, you started to really notice the difference. I don't want to make excuses for him, but I do like being a vegan hater. So,
oh shit! Now we're blaming the food
diet
again.
It's valid.
I'm just saying, if he had maintained the regular diet that he probably uses, who knows? Like,
you don't fix what's not broken.
And against Bivol is probably the wrong fight to make that kind of test on your diet. Like,
maybe he might have won 1 or 2 more rounds, but I will say the fact that he had to put on 20 pounds in 6 months
using a vegan diet
also has a lot to do with it.
That's the wrong way to go.
Like 20 pounds in 6 months. Yeah, but even then, like 20 pounds in 6 months is a lot of weight to put on, while at the same time trying to maintain your condition.
Yeah, those two don't mix. Give yourself a year, probably works out just fine. 6 months, no.
Yeah, I mean,
it's fucking doable. I mean, a lot of actors fucking put on a lot of weight or lose a lot of weight in
true, but that's
short periods of time.
Yeah, but they're not jumping in the ring.
Yeah, but they're acting. They're not out there fucking exerting themselves and getting a physical beating.
They don't all do their own stunts.
Not a lot.
How many of those do you know?
I'm just saying here, there is a select few.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. But it's one of those things, like, it's not an easy feat. I honestly would have been more impressed if he had won than just a simple fact that
because going back to your original comment, Marcus, of like, not a lot of boxers do that. Let's look at Triple G's career. Triple G fought Canelo twice, The first fight against Canelo, Triple G arguably won. It was rule of draw. The second fight, Canelo won, and it could have been a draw as well. So we can say Triple G is Canelo's rival, always is equal. And if we look at their careers post that second fight, Triple G has still stayed in his comfort zone at 160. Really hasn't faced another champion until Murata most recently, whereas Canelo went on to become undisputed at 168, unifying that weight division within a year, jumping up to 175 to fight Kovalev and get that WBO strap. That is miles ahead of what Triple G has done in that time span. So I think more boxers should be that ambitious and test themselves. You know, they're too worried about protecting their O and not about giving the best fights possible and challenging themselves against other champions in different weight classes. So I still think Canelo's pound for pound number one. Terrence Crawford is a close second. If Terrence Crawford can beat Errol Spence and become undisputed, then he jumps over Canelo. But at this point, Canelo still has a better resume.
Yeah.
Nah, damn.
Absolutely.
So what do you think Canelo's next big fight will be?
If I was his advisor, I would not run it back with Bivol. I know me and Ricky are going back and forth on this. Like we are, Ricky thinks he should run it back because Canelo can implement a different style, different game plan. I just think Bivol was the wrong style for him. You know, but if they were to fight, it should be at 168. You know, Bivol is not the biggest light heavyweight. Like he makes weight comfortably. Him dropping down to fight Canelo at 168. Not only will he get the 4 straps that Canelo's holding at the super middleweight, but he can silence critics saying like you only beat Canelo because you were a weight bully and you had the weight advantage. Now you're coming down to his weight class.
I can see him getting down to like 170, 169 for that fight.
Yeah, but
he's got to be at Canelo's weight.
See, I want to see Canelo fight.
Way they're going to.
I want to see Canelo fight him at their current rate, with Canelo having up until September. Let's say that they fight on Mexican Independence Day, right? Because at that point he's had enough time to condition
and get used.
He's already at the weight, so he's had enough time to condition and make himself and get used to that weight. So if they fight in this situation, there is no excuses. Bivol is hands down the superior fighter, and Canelo and all of us Canelo fans just have to take that on the chin. You know what I mean? But yeah, me and Jose go back and forth on this simply because I think that if
prideful fighter,
Canelo's such a student of the sport, that if he goes back and watches the tape from this previous fight, he could see where he went wrong. Because there's no way, like, if you go back and watch the tape, there's no way that you can honestly say like, oh, he did enough to win that fight. You know what I mean? Like those plenty of times, even then when he was coercing Bivol to come into the pocket to fight him, it was like, well, why don't you step in? Why don't you walk past his jab and get in the phone, like boxing says, get in the phone booth and exchange.
Yeah.